Alrighty. What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to Extreme Nerd Table. I have some guests with me today. I have Anthony Sika from Oh My God. I have DC Randall. I then have the Glamazon Tori. So,
Still have my witch stuff on going on.
yeah. So all we're gonna be talking. Well, first thing I want to talk about is how the Action Comics actually set a new record. Your new yeah your favorite superhero Randall set a new record.
He should be everybody's favorite superhero. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, yeah. When it comes to Superman, like Action Comics #1, so many people know the
Right.
importance of that comic, that first appearance, and so that new record, it sold for I think 3.2 million.
Yeah, 3.4 million or so. No, actually 4.3 million. That's what it was. Wasn't it?
I remember it being like 3.2 million or something like that.
3.4. That's what it was. 3.4 million.
Was it 3.4? Okay.
Yeah. Did you expect it to go there, or did you expect it a little higher than that?
I mean, honestly, with inflation, like it's only a matter of time before that book continues to go up in value.
Right.
The book is already a rare book. There's only, gosh, man, like who has millions of dollars to buy one book? So it's limited to the type of people who are in the 1% that can buy that book. So it's a matter of how many of the people in the 1% actually want to own Superman, but it's funny because there's probably people that aren't even really Superman fans, or they're not even comic book fans, but because they have the money and they know the rarity of that book and how important that book is, people will just buy it just to have it for their private collection. But yeah, I believe the gentleman that sold it, his name's Vincent Zerzullo. I don't know him personally, but I believe I'm friends with him on Facebook. And I commented on because he made a post on his page, and I said, "Hey, that's awesome, man. I hope one day to break that record."
Yeah.
So because I have every intention of owning an Action Comics #1 down the road. I don't know how old I will be, but I will get that book.
Well, does it matter if it's a what was it? Does it matter if it's what is it again? When it's a purple label again? What is it? Restored?
Oh, it doesn't matter what label it is. It's still an Action Comics #1.
No, I know that, but I'm asking you, does it matter if you pick one up? Does it matter if it's been restored or anything?
For me personally?
Yeah, for you personally. No. That's what I'm asking. No.
Any person that passes up on an Action Comics #1, regardless of what kind of condition it's in, anybody that passes up on it, it's like, I mean, I can understand why some people would pass up on it, but as somebody who's like an ultimate Superman fan, it's a must-have, man. Even if you have like a bad copy of it, you could turn around and trade that copy with money on top of that for a better copy, if that person is willing to. I mean, I don't know how many people out there are even willing to sell an Action Comics #1. That's another thing too, is how often is that book even on the market to sell?
Or know how to sell an Action Comics #1. You saw 3.4 million. Where would you even, you know what I mean? Either heritage auctions, or that's it, man. That's the only thing you can't.
Well, yeah, you want to go to a company that when that's that huge amount of money, being transferred, being that item being sold for that amount of money, you want people involved that can make sure that there's a proper transfer. The person gets the book, the person gets their money.
I want to see Anthony's point of view on this, and I want to see Tori's point of view on this. Since Tori's a newer collector, and Anthony's like a more of a seasoned collector too.
I'm an old guy. Just saying. My point of view is, I have Randall. I have a Man of Steel by John Byrne #1. I give it to you for $10. Just let me know. The Action Comics #1, that would be the Holy Grail, correct? That would be more money than Amazing Fantasy and Detective, correct? So
yeah.
So therefore, I hope you get one. You're going to have to start investing in Bitcoin, NFTs, and cryptocurrency now to ever be able to afford one.
And real estate.
Because we understand that even moguls, that's a big price tag. So, my thing is, yeah, I mean, I love those stories of, hey, I moved into this apartment in the Village in New York, and I tore out a wall, and there was a copy of Action Comics or a pile of Amazing Fantasy, things like that, But my whole take on collecting, you guys know how I am. I couldn't give a rat's ass when it comes to expensive books. Right. I think it's more important to, like Jeff always does. I never get the places right. Like Jeff does, like I do. I think it's important to collect what you like and what you dig. And again, if it's Savage Dragon or it's Action Comics or it's Spawn or if it's Razor or Vampirella or Conan or whatever, that's the thing. Fantastic Four. I'd love a copy of Fantastic Four #1, but with a family and bills and life, that's really not feasible. Again, unless I walked into an antique store or a flea market and someone didn't know what they had, there's little chance of me working towards something like that because, to be honest with you, I just personally, I ain't into that whole slab and, antique type stuff just because, I've just turned 50 years old and I might have 30 years, 40 years, hopefully left on this earth. And I can't take it with me. So, that's my take on collecting comics. But for those that it brings satisfaction. Like I said, you got to do you. So
I'm taking it with me.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Fortress of Solitude.
Right, let's see what Tori's point of view
and
is.
I'm gonna be encased.
So like if you want to spend your whole life saving up for one big item, that's cool. But there are a lot of other like appearances that come out throughout a character of like your favorite villains and things like that are a lot of times feasibly more obtainable than what your first appearance of per se character is going to be. So like prime example, first appearance of Poison Ivy just went up in a high grade to 90,000 plus. Okay.
Right.
Logically, before like about a year ago, I could afford a decent grade of that with the low cost. Nowadays, because that one, what was it, like a 9.0 just sold for 90,000 or something like that? Like for me to get anything that has a pinup in it is now almost logically infeasible. Like to me, it just the astronomical prices that come up with some of this, like a lot of our history isn't even worth that, let alone a piece of paper.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like but I mean, all game for you, yeah. If like you find that one random thrift shop that has that comic that you've been dying for, and you find it for $1, hell yeah, like jump on that. But there's no way in hell I'd spend that much amount on a comic book, no matter how bad I love that character.
Right. I'm gonna set the question out there. If you had that type of money, would you spend it on the Action Comics or whatever you were looking for, like first appearance?
No.
Okay.
Me neither. Me neither. Even if I had the money, I wouldn't do it.
Okay. These two answered it. I'm waiting for your answer.
We know the answer.
Yeah, we know.
My answer?
Yeah, your answer. If
had
the money.
Yeah, right. So here's the funny thing, right? Because this is a hypothetical, right? So I'm going to add on to your hypothetical with another hypothetical scenario. So if I have the money and I spent the money and I still had that same amount of money or more after buying it, of course, if I buy a $3.5 million comic book and I still have another $3.5 million in the bank, yes, I'm buying it.
Okay. So then would your goal be to get it raw, or would you want to buy it already slabbed so you didn't have to pay the money at that point to do like the whole insurance and all that yourself?
It's going to be extremely hard at this point to get a book like that raw, The only way you could get it raw is if it was already graded and somebody broke it open and gave it to you raw, which I can't imagine anyone. Well, I mean, there are crazy rich people out there, so like there's crazy rich people that literally would just burn money. So it is a possibility. But no, I mean, chances are, like, I'm sure by the time I have the money and I do buy it, chances are it'll probably already be graded. If I were to buy it raw, like if I had the opportunity between buying it raw and buying it graded, of course raw is the better way to go because it's going to be cheaper. Well, but then there's the risk. There's the risk also. It's like you think it's cheaper, but then when you get it graded, then you find out like, oh, I could have just bought a graded copy that was already graded almost at the same price as it raw. So it just really depends. Like, I mean, thankfully, like working at CBCS, learning how to grade, I can look at the book and I can at least generalize what kind of grade I think that the book would be in. So then that way, if I see what the person is selling it for versus what it's going for graded, I'm somewhat educated enough to know like whether it's a good deal or a bad deal. But yeah, I mean, if the opportunity rose, like I am also like many other people where like money is very important. It's very careful what you spend your money on. So even with the opportunity of buying a book like that, I would still have the mindset of like, I'm not going to just throw money away without even batting an eye or, without even thinking about it. So yeah, it really all depends, but yeah.
Next topic, Jeff.
Oh, he's muted.
He's silent himself.
Yeah. All right. Next topic is: did you guys watch the Winter Soldier, the Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yes.
What did you guys all think?
It was better than episode 3.
Okay. Did you expect the end? Well, guys, if you haven't watched it or any, if you
let's give everyone a spoiler notice.
Yeah. What?
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Okay.
I'm somewhat familiar with John Walker. I'm somewhat familiar with U.S. Agent.
Right.
So to see the MCU take him that direction, I'm like, I don't have a problem with it. It actually makes sense the way that they've been building his character development up, the way he's kind of been, he almost acts like what I would imagine a soldier with PTSD. With the stress and then the added stress with being a celebrity and taking on the mantle of taking over for Steve Rogers. I can only imagine what's going through that guy's head. It's like, what's interesting is at the beginning of Winter Soldier, you see Bucky going to a therapist, and it's like, maybe John Walker's character is seeing a therapist as well, because I think he recognized the therapist. I remember at one point they crossed paths and he said hey to her. But so I don't know. Maybe she's his therapist as well. But
no, because in that episode that they explained that she was with his unit originally, like worked with his unit previously.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like in therapist thing. I think it was like they were
like
in
he's
the
trying
same
to
unit.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because definitely you can see John Walker's one of those characters. He definitely would need therapy.
Right, but
For sure.
did you guys do you like how Kurt Russell's son's playing him though? Like where people are actually sending him hate mail?
You know what? I saw this movie called Overlord, and Wyatt Russell was in it, and it was set in World War II. It's a really awesome film. If you get a chance to watch it, he kicked ass in that film, and so that's why when I heard he was playing John Walker, I was just like, oh, he's going to nail it. I think he's going to do great. I mean, it's funny how the audience, like people who aren't familiar with the actor and they're not familiar with the character, how they're kind of reacting to, that he's getting all this hate, but it's like, I'm loving it. Like I like what he's doing. I like how they're handling U.S. Agent. And I'm looking forward to more.
Yeah. And then Tori's not really, you have watched MCU stuff, but you're not really a collector like we were originally. You just started this year, didn't you?
Like in the past 3 years, I started collecting. So a lot of like the story arcs and stuff that go on in the MCU, no, I've never had a chance to read. And like I said, that's why I read a lot of indies, is because like DC and Marvel, I like a lot of their stories, but unless I'm buying like a full omnibus or trade or something, it's hard to find a lot of the story arcs that do strike my interest, because a lot of them are astronomically high in price, or people don't want to get just crazy things. So
Right.
yeah, I don't know a lot of.
So what did you think of the episode? Since from our point of view, it's something different, but your point of view, since you just started collecting a couple of years ago, what do you think of? What do you think?
Not what I was expecting to see, especially. Like I knew that there was like a Captain America that infiltrated Hydra at some point, that was like a Hydra agent or whatever. Like I've known about all of that because I did a lot of research when I first started watching them and reading different things. But no, this is not what I was expecting at all. And it really, like, I don't know, it just kind of blew my mind. The whole episode, the last episode, episode 5 or whatever, the newest one. But it's hard for me to judge something when you don't know a lot of the backstory or characters behind it. So it's easy for me to enjoy almost anything right now.
Okay.
One plus side to being a new collector.
So what do you think, Anthony?
I got two opinions. And they are opinions. They're not objective. They're very subjective, which is very unlike me. First thing is people sending hate mail to Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn's son is I'm going to curse, is fucking ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah.
All these people are characters. They do not write their own scripts or dialogue or take direction notes. There are people writing every line.
A quick little thing up to let you know.
Yeah.
He's not even on social media. His friends are telling him all this stuff. He's not even,
No, but I'm just saying that social media and fandom is nuts. And I've said this before on the show. The fact that you're sending an actor or an actress at any given time hate mail because of a character they play, all of you should be in, and I don't mean folks on this panel, but anyone that does that, or anyone that resents an actor or an actress because of a role they're playing, you should have your head examined and go to therapy. I love comic books. I love media. I love movies. I love all this stuff that we consume. But again, like I said, these are still imaginary characters. Now, with that said, and the actors and actresses and the directors and the writers shouldn't be held accountable for the way we perceive things, because they're not thinking about that when they do it. They're doing art, and we should appreciate the art for what it is. If we don't like it, shut up. However, with that being said, I'm going to say, and Randall will appreciate this, is Tom King writing these episodes of Winter Soldier? I thought I liked the episode, particularly myself. I liked it. But man, I thought it went really dark. I heard Deadpool saying to Cable, Josh Brolin, is this the DC universe? Because you're so dark. My 11-year-old who watches it with me on Friday nights, he's watching it. My wife and my 11-year-old, and my 11-year-old who, plays Call of Duty Zombie and all these things with, headshots and loves John Wick and all. He's like, Dad, that was more blood than I've ever seen in any Marvel thing. And I'm like, yeah, the blood splattering and the shield with the blood and all that spoiler, that was dark. That was real dark. And for anybody, getting back to my point about people, I don't know if, Jeff, you heard what I said, but people that hate on characters for roles they play, like actors and actresses, that's ridiculous. However, let's face it, the reason why the character and the actor is getting the hate is because they set him up as the heel from the first minute. And he's going to be the heel till the last minute. Let's face it. I think there's no surprise there. It was a surprising ending, but you saw it coming the last few episodes. It actually surprised me how long it took him to take the serum. I actually thought he was going to take the serum on Johnny on the spot. But he did do it
right there when he saw it initially and went down to grab it. Thought he was going to do it right then.
Yeah. So
I did too then for a second. I won't lie.
Yeah. So the thing is the actual story, the writers, the way it's being shot, the way it's being told, it's a good story. The revelation is, what do we got? 2 episodes left, 3 episodes left. So, but anyway, they set him up as a heel from day one. He's the ultimate heel now, and it wasn't a justified kill. It was an accident. A bunch of super soldiers throwing humans around. Something's going to get hurt, but that guy was begging for mercy, and he went all the way. I loved the way the camera was panning around and you saw everyone videoing it and posting it. Because that
I
guy,
did like that part, because that brought it into reality that like anybody that sees that is gonna stop and watch and be like, what the hell is going on, and take pictures and
so strong,
whatever.
However, painting America as the bad guy, again, really, like I said to Randall, Jeff, I don't know if you heard, but I think Tom King's writing all these episodes. It's heavy in the PSTD thing, PTSD, and all this psycho stuff. And again, I like and everybody loves Zemo now, so
Yeah, there's a meme for his with him dancing.
It's so funny how like like I'm not particularly like, I think he's doing a good job, but I'm not sitting there thinking like, yeah, Zemo's awesome. Zemo's like, killing it on the show. Yeah, he has the occasional good moments here and there. But he's a very laughable character. He's a laughable
Great actor though.
Oh, fantastic actor.
And they're writing him well. They're writing him
so
well.
Where do you guys think Zemo is now?
I'm sorry?
Because it ended with the episode with Zemo just being gone. He had dipped out through the tunnel and he was gone.
I mean, like, there's like certain parts where they write him like a joke. His interactions between him, Bucky, and Sam, when they're having serious conversations and they're having like serious talks, his delivery, the way he's doing things, it's great. But then there's like these like little micro moments where like the dancing, like yes, that's fun. Like they're comparing it to the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3 dance. They're like, which oddly enough Marvel fans hated, but Zemo does it and they love it now. So it doesn't make any sense. But there's like things like that, or like he's talking about like Turkish delights, like just like little things like that where I'm just like, they're on the line. They're on the line. Like he's like one step closer to like possibly just being a goofy character.
He's flawed and evil, but he's still human. And they're writing both sides in all the time. He's like a classic Doctor Doom character. You hate him, but you can also have sympathy for him.
I mean, what's funny is like Civil War. Civil War is what made me like, he was definitely a good villain in that film.
Yeah.
They're writing him to be more like he's in the middle. Like he's making sense with some of the things that he's saying. But it feels like the direction that they're taking Zemo, it's as if they've, like they'll make the occasional reminders, like, what he did to T'Chaka, like he did this, he did that, but villain wise, like he doesn't, I don't know, he just doesn't seem the same from Civil War. Because I remember in Civil War, he was ready to just kill himself. He was ready, to end himself, and Black Panther stopped him.
Don't forget, it's a 2-hour movie compared to a whole series where they can actually, flush out a character.
I understand.
You know what I mean? So,
I understand. Yeah, but I'm saying like, given the amount of screen time that Zemo's getting, it's only slightly more screen time than Civil War right now.
Yeah, you're just getting him. You're getting more of a, more of a character build now, because since Disney Plus has this, they can character build more people out, more of these guys out instead of 2 hours of just one-sided of them. You know what I mean? So it's now.
I get that.
Fully fleshed character. So.
Well, I mean, we already know that he's a mastermind, so we already know that. That's why Bucky and Sam, they're trying to keep a close eye on Zemo, but Zemo, I think, is like literally like 1 or 2 steps ahead of them. So that's why, especially with him getting away. Well, spoiler, he got away. But Oh yeah, Loki series starts right after Winter Soldier ends. Can't wait. Oh yeah, Falcon Winter Soldier. Yeah, that starts in June. Yeah. Yeah, Loki, you know what's weird is I was under the impression, like based on the trailers, I was like, oh man, Falcon Winter Soldier, that's gonna be the best Marvel TV series out of all the series that they're making. And I'm now thinking it's actually gonna be Loki after that last trailer that they showed. Just because I love the whole, you know, so that's what doesn't sit right with me about Zemo. I assume you mean Zemo, yeah. But no, Loki just looks awesome because I love the fact that, you know, he's a variant, and they're talking about trying to fix the time. You know, like they're gonna get real deep. They're gonna get real like into the whole like alternate realities. Like I actually, you know, it's funny is like I feel like Loki is probably going to be the setup to Doctor Strange. You know, even though technically I think the WandaVision was supposed to be like that, because we all know that Wanda is supposed to appear in the Doctor Strange multiverse, but with Loki and the different time, you know, the variants, the different timelines, the different, you know, the alternate universes. I think that's where Doctor Strange is going to come in as well.
Is through Loki?
Yeah, I think so.
I could see that.
Because I mean, it's neat. It's neat what they did. You know, like because everyone was like wondering like what happened to Loki in Avengers Endgame. You know, and when you really try to break down everything, like the more and more I think about it, it's like you go back in time, you make even one change, you've created an alternate reality, you know? So like reading the comics, you have like the Age of Apocalypse. So like even if you go back in time and you prevent Apocalypse from taking over, if that person tries to go back to their timeline hasn't changed. All they've done is went back in time and redirected and created another alternate reality. You know,
right,
so
well,
like
Anthony,
that's
so what do you think?
Huh?
What do you think, Anthony? Of the Loki.
I like the Loki. The Loki's going to be good just because. I mean, for me, I like the whole cosmic Doctor Who type stuff anyway. So I think it's going to be a big. It's going to be fun. It's not going to make any sense. You're going to have. In fact, even in the trailer, they showed the timeline with all the branches going off it, the way Bruce was being shown by the Sorcerer Supreme. You know, the whole thing. So it's going to be fun. I think WandaVision's already set up Doctor Strange. Whether Loki connects to it or not is probably either planned or not planned. But Tom Hiddleston is a great actor. Owen Wilson in it is going to be badass. And again, there's going to be a lot of those crazy Jack Kirby, Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, crazy cosmic elements. They're going back to all that stuff and that time division or whatever it's called. And it's going to be fun. I think it might stand alone. I think because it's so bizarre, because it's so like a Doctor Who type thing,
right.
I think it may stand alone. And I think we're going to be fine with that. Because in Endgame, when he jumped away with the Tesseract, you know, he kind of created his own timeline anyway. He already died. You know, he's like the second Gamora or the second Nebula. It's like it's not connected. The branch has already been twisted.
Right.
I think it's going to be fun, and all that. I have something to ask about the timeline. I want to go back to Winter Soldier for just 1 second, and I got to ask everybody brief answers. We don't have to go into a big exposition, but I mean, you know, with this Shield and this whole U.S. agent, you know, all this crap going on. I mean, Captain America is still alive.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Steve Rogers is alive, so, you know, he's got to see this even at the retirement home playing that 8th hole of golf. You know, now the world doesn't know he's there, but I'm just saying, real quick answer. I mean, what Steve Rogers doesn't exist? He's not going to say anything?
Well, I heard talks that there's supposed to be a surprise cameo on the show. And so my guess is it's going to be Old Man Steve.
That'd be cool.
I think it's going to
Skywalker.
be old man Steve. I think it's going to be that it won't happen in this one, maybe further down in like Loki, but he's going to reappear and try to fix shit as his younger self again. Like from a different multiverse. And then you'll have the two captains face each other again, but it'll be more like a good versus evil and not necessarily like a, just trying to fix shit type thing.
Nice.
Okay. My thing is, like Anthony was saying, old Cap's still there. You know what I mean? So what?
Yeah.
Like he said, he's at the retirement home. He's watching this. He's he has to be reacting to it. But don't forget, his contract was up at the time. The actor's contract was up at the time. So they probably had plans to have him in it. It's just his contract was up.
It's going to be Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
It's going to be
if Chris Evans plays his cards right, if he does what Robert Downey Jr. did, and he does sign back up, he's waiting for the big paycheck, the big payout.
Right.
There's even rumors and talks that Robert Downey Jr. might still come back for a movie or two. Again, it just all, it's funny. It's not even really their decision. It's their agent's decision. Right. Their agent is going to be like, okay, they just offered you this much money. You got to do it. It's like, that's ultimately, I think that's what's going to happen.
Good point, William.
Yeah. Even on top of that, where were all the damn Avengers at when this happened?
During COVID, they're all locked in their house.
Well, I mean, let's think about it. Like, you got Hulk, right? Cap's done. Black Widow's done.
Mr. White Gloves.
We're gonna see Hawkeye get his own show. That's another thing a lot of people are talking about is the setup of the Young Avengers, which I think that's cool. I'm excited for that.
Did you guys see the Hawkeye trailer or the Hawkeye whatever that thing was? Like the interview with him and the girl. Oh, okay.
Oh, and Haley Steinfeld, one, she's great. Good for her for getting that role. I think she's gonna do a good job. She's a very talented actress. Still very young in her career. So being part of the MCU is only going to catapult her further into the career. And then, as she gets older, I'm sure she'll find other projects and stuff to kind of like, segue into. But yeah, I mean, lots of people are talking about Young Avengers, and that will be obviously the future for the MCU. That, and of course, X-Men, Fantastic Four. So we'll see. But I mean,
Tori was about to say something, and I think we interrupted her.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, she's gone. She's mute.
Yeah, for a second.
I thought she was asking a question or making comment, and I think we talked over her, so I just wanted to give her an option to speak up. But she's gone.
No, she's
muted.
Gone for a second. All right.
Anyway.
Sorry, my 3-year-old was starting to scream. So
no problem. What we were saying is we thought you were going to say something, and we talked over you before. So we were checking back to make sure you were expressing yourself.
Oh, no, I just said, hey, Monty, I think.
Oh. My apologies.
Yeah. All right. Next topic is I actually went to a small con this week. Only in Florida where you can get a reptile, a gun, and comics and toys. Only in Florida, man. Because that you guys would have laughed if you guys were in the car with me and Steve because we're pulling up. We're going, last year this gate wasn't that many cars at this gate. And then we look up, it's gate 1, and then they go, oh yeah, there's a gun show, toy show, and there's a reptile show. So all those cars were for the gun show, and then the completely opposite gate was gate 3 was where the toy show was at. So
you just gave me a brilliant, funny idea, Jeff. You know what you should have done? You should have dressed up as Adam West Batman holding a giant bomb, have a friend record you, and it would have shown you going through the comic book convention, then the gun convention, and then the lizard convention. And you're like, I just can't get rid of this bomb.
I thought you said bong, first of all.
Yeah.
No.
And then Secondly, Jeff came back with an iguana, some Vampies, and 2 Glocks this
Yeah,
week.
pretty. Yeah,
He's
like I
gonna
said,
start. He's
only-
like, well, that's gonna be his new intro. He's like, "Hey guys, welcome to the show." And he pulls out the Glock. He starts shooting it up in the air. We're gonna
He's
talk
say,
about
welcome to
how.
the gun show.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah,
my
but
pet
like
iguana.
Yeah, like I said, only Florida where you can actually go to these type of shows, man, because it's and all three of them are in the same place. They were at the fairgrounds. We walked up to the first gate and asked.
That's funny.
Jeff froze. Oh, maybe I froze.
Yeah.
Who froze? Me? Jeff? Who?
Jeff froze. You're
Oh, okay.
you're good on my end.
All right. Jeff, I was just going to ask what Jeff got, but he didn't. But he his pet iguana stepped on the
Want me to
Wi-Fi.
show off some of the stuff that I got?
Yeah. Show us your stuff. And then when
The
Jeff
Wi-Fi's been weird everywhere. My
Yeah.
Wi-Fi's been weird all day, on and off.
Yeah, it's been weird. Oh, he's back. Look, we got 2 Jeffs now.
Hold on,
Yes.
let me remove this one real quick.
Jeff's got like 2.
There we go.
All
Yeah,
right.
I've been since the storm. I've been having weird issues.
Let's see what you got, Jeff, before you
Yeah.
fade away again.
All right.
We get Thanos'd away.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, got this issue 30 of Vampy.
Nice.
Surprise.
Yeah. Picked up a bunch
Very
of Vampy.
pretty.
Picked up 9 issues. And this was I forgot the cover model's name, but Ingrid actually uses a cover model. Like there's a couple of issues where this is the same cover model. So and then Ken Kelly is related to Frank Frazetta and actually studied under Frank Frazetta for a little bit.
Ken Kelly did the
That is
Kiss
super
covers in the
gorgeous.
70s, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
did
he
the
did.
Kiss,
He did Destroyer.
Well, quick little fact about those Kiss covers.
Yeah,
Or originally, guess who was supposed to do? Frazetta was
Frazetta.
supposed to.
yeah.
They went to Frazetta, but Frazetta wanted an astronomical price, and then
Yeah.
but Frazetta goes, "I got another guy that you might be interested in,"
Yep.
and this was the guy, Ken Kelly.
That's a beautiful book.
Hmm. And then Ingrid did another one.
Nice.
And the funny one about this one, I showed it yesterday, and then Not Near Mint goes, "Is that Bush or is that underwear?"
Yeah, that's
now
what I was gonna
Yeah.
ask him too.
Yeah, but it's actually underwear. If you actually look at it, it's actually underwear.
Well, that did
They're
come out in the
green, right?
70s, so
Yeah,
It's green, isn't it, Jeff?
yeah, it's green. Yeah. So they just didn't paint it in. I think that's the whole purpose of it. Was supposed to be underwear, but I don't think they painted it in or not.
and
And
it was the
then-
70s, so that's what it looked like anyway. So
And then I think this is either. I think it's this is another Ken Kelly. Yeah, if you
Nice.
can.
Nice.
And it's another one that Robert wants. So if I find another issue, I'll probably end up AOKing them to Robert.
Yeah, he
Another
loves
issue.
those bondage submissive covers.
Yeah, and then this is go. I always get this guy's name wrong. Jose. No, it's not Jose Gomez. It's Pablo. It's Pablo Gomez or something like that. And then he did the previous issue to this before this one.
that's
And
a
it's two
gorgeous
of them.
cover. What
Yeah.
number is that?
That is
That color way pops.
83.
83?
Yeah, and he did a other one where it's a whole red cover and it has like an Aztec type background and it has her posing. Yeah, that's another one that he did. Another one that Robert wants. That if I find another copy, if I find a copy for him, so
Oh, that one's way cool with the tentacles, of course.
Yeah. well, of course.
It's really nice.
Yep. And then we got her diving in water and with a castle in back.
Oh, nice.
So you're at how many of that run now, Jeff?
I'm at 83 that I have, but I'm missing 37. So
Oh man, you're getting close.
That artist,
Yeah.
by the way, was Jose Gonzalez. You are correct.
okay.
It's gorgeous too.
Yeah. Yep. And then this is 105, and I think this is I think I have to do my research, but I think these were mail-aways when they have the X on the barcode, because they had where you could actually write, pay for it by check and actually get them in the mail. So back then.
Huh.
So, yep, I have to do my research, but I think this one was a mail away one, and then this one was like like at the store. So I'm guessing, but I have to do my research. But pretty much the whole back end's pretty much done. This is my last issue for the whole back end of the run, 110.
Nice.
Yep. Then I'm completely done with it. So back end, now I'm just working the middles and and everything else in between it. So
Little by
that's
little,
it.
man, you're getting there.
Yeah, and I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do after I get done.
You start over again, man. You get doubles.
Yeah.
You have a
Well,
second run.
I'll start. Yeah, I'll start over, but I'm not.
And then what you could do is you can send like maybe one book a month to go get CGC'd.
Yeah.
And then you can have a whole CGC set.
Yeah. I picked up this one. This is a Mike Chrome cover, Redhead. Another Robert one that Robert likes, by J.P. Rolfe, and it's about if J.P. Rolfe wrote it and drew interiors, but this is a Mike Chrome cover. He's done a lot of Lady Death covers and a couple of Red Sonja covers.
Oh yeah, no, that cover is absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. And so he's one of my favorites, one of my favorite artists, and another Mike Mayhew.
Nice.
Yep. So
I do love some Mayhew.
Yeah, that's mostly what I picked up, and then it's a couple of birthday gifts. Got this Joe Jusko Vampy, one of my favorite Jusko Vampy covers.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's way pretty.
Yeah. And then Steve AOK'd me this 9/6 Zatanna issue. Yeah.
Ooh.
Adam Hughes leg covers. Yep.
I'm looking forward to the TV show.
Yeah, but dude, the difference in between a 9/6 and a 9/8, man. Let's talk about this. This is the other topic I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
The freaking 9/6 was like, dude, it's 9/8 was $1,000. One sold for like 1,200, and then the freaking 9/6 are like 400 or 200, something like that.
Yeah.
I was curious. I looked on eBay and I was curious. I looked. I'm like 9/8 sold for that and 9/6 sold for that. But this one hasn't been pressed or cleaned yet. So imagine if I press and clean it, it comes back a 9/8. So the price difference is astronomical, man. It's not even like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you want to turn around and sell it, yeah.
And 10 years ago, you could have got that issue at any dollar bin.
Right.
10
That's
years
what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
But that's what I was just saying. It's like, dude, the price difference is like weird. You know what I mean? That's like,
what I would really love is I would love a new company to come out that is actually keeping tabs of the values on the books of what they're selling for. Because we used to rely on Overstreet. Yeah. We would rely on Overstreet to come out with a book, and the book would give you all these updates of these prices, and they come out with their book once a year. You know, but I mean, there should be like a new company that's basically like maybe at least strictly doing CGC graded prices instead of just doing raw prices.
Yeah, the Go Collect the Go Collect stuff does that. You just have to pay a monthly thing, but Go Collect pretty much does that.
I don't want to pay monthly. I'd rather get a book, buy a book one time, and then flip through the book anytime I need to look through it and be like, oh, that's the price it was going for.
Or
I got a wizard from 1998 I could send you if you want.
Yeah, I'll take it.
He'll tell you the top 10 artists and writers of the month too.
They need to bring that back, man.
Such a good thing.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of prices of 9/6s and 9/8s going from one?
You know what I think?
You know what I mean?
You know what I think?
What's that?
I think you guys need to see this awesome Transformer that I bought today.
All right.
Yeah, because you went to a con too, didn't you say?
No, I didn't. I didn't go to a convention. I went to Target.
Hey,
Same thing.
that can be like a convention sometimes. Those toy houses get crazy.
The Ectotron.
I know somebody that would like that. Staples
Oh yeah.
would. Yeah.
So this baby was like
Staples needs that in their life.
$60 at Target. I was like very like I don't normally spend that much money on figures. But I thought to myself, you know what? It's not often you see this figure. I do like Transformers. I do like Ghostbusters. Marco actually ended up buying one.
Oh boy.
Usually when you find these at Target, there's usually only one in the store.
Okay.
So when Marco picked it up, he was holding on to it. So I was kind of like even thinking like, well, if Marco doesn't want it, maybe I'll buy it, you know. But like Marco ended up buying it, so it didn't matter. But second opportunity.
That's when you go to Walmart and they put out the Hot Wheels, they usually only have like 1 or 2 of the full sets that are supposed to go with it, I swear. And then they have like a whole bunch of the other random numbers in between. So I only pick them up if they have the full set on the shelf. I've been trying really hard to be very peculiar. If I can't get the whole thing, I can't, like the whole little series, I can't do it.
Oh,
because I will collect Hot Wheels too if they have like the Disney, like they came out with the Disney movie cover ones, so they replicated like Sleeping Beauty and Beauty and the Beast and all over, but they did them on like different bands and stuff.
Oh
so
yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, that started it, I guess I should say. So I've definitely become more picky, but there for a while, yeah, Hot Wheels. That's how it is.
Yeah,
like I swear the Walmart only have one full set though.
I tried to do that with the Alex Ross covers. They did like the DC Alex Ross covers on the Vans. I managed to snag all of them except for Justice League. I could never find the Justice League one. And if I found one and a shop had it, it'd be like $10-15. And I was just like, I don't know if I want to pay that. You know, but eventually I probably will, just so I can complete that set.
I won't lie, I was determined to get the Alice in Wonderland one. And so I ordered that thing off of like HotWheels.com, I think, for $14 or whatever. And I still have it like in plastic that they shipped it in, even outside of like its packaging or whatever. But yeah, I was determined that I was like, yeah, I'll pay $15 for that Hot Wheel, I suppose. That's Alice in Wonderland. I ain't getting it anywhere.
90. What's up?
All
90?
fairness, I went to like 4 different Walmarts and 3 different Targets, and they didn't have it. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna have to order it online.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I hate Walmart, so I refuse to shop at Walmart. So I only stick to Target. Even though the collector in me is like, it's okay, man, just go in there and just buy it for the collection. I'm like, no, I can't do it. I can't support Walmart. But yeah, no, I've been really getting into the Hot Wheels. I got really lucky at one of the Targets, and they had a bunch of the Turtle vans, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle vans, and there was a box like where I don't know if you've seen it recently or they've been doing it for the past few months. There'd be like a box on the bottom of a display, and it would just be filled with a bunch of like the dollar, Hot Wheels cars,
ones or whatever.
Yeah. And so I was shifting through it, and I found like 5 or 6 Turtle vans. So I bought them all up. And then I also bought up all of the Star Wars speeder Hot Wheels.
All right, Rando. Somebody else wants to show something off. So let's see what Anthony got. Oh, Ash Crib.
What did you do?
I moved them.
Nice.
I got some band toys from Walmart. Because look, there's Cara Dune right here. I got some pre-Gina Carano band toys.
Yep.
That's cool.
Go on eBay and sell it for like $1,000.
No, I'm gonna hold on to it for a while, see what happens. And then I got some cool Jeff.
Ooh.
Look at this pre-owned brand new Bad Girl Dark Child figure.
Wow.
I like.
Look at that.
It's fun.
Remove the glare if I can. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. The laptop's gonna get the glare, man. It don't just right there.
There we go.
Right
there. Perfect.
Look at that. That is a sculpted by Claiborne Moore, who did all those really fancy stuff. And that's a Dark Child. Jeff, I'm gonna pick up one of those for you.
Okay.
The store has another one. And then this is pretty cool. Again, pre-owned, kind of loose in the box, but
still cool to own.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that is cool.
That is amazing detail. See if I can shed some light on it. No, that ain't gonna do nothing. But anyway, super detailed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool.
It's amazing.
In this big display case. Look, it's got like 3 guns. It's got a couple knives stuck in his legs, bandoliers. Just, I'm a big Spawn fan, so I got that there. And, you know, again, all this stuff, all under $10 type stuff. And that's it, toy-wise.
Oh, now it's my turn again.
Oh, you skipped Tori. Oh, now I guess maybe Jeff's frozen again. Hi.
Just frozen.
Welcome to the Wild Mercury Comics show. How's everyone doing? If you would like to hit me up, please go to @Wild Mercury Comics on Instagram, Anthony Sika Art on Facebook, and Anthony Sika on Twitter. And you could see all my creations, my independently created comic, Oh My God, and Venus and Mars and everything else. I'm going to take this opportunity to plug as many things I can while Jeff is frozen and has left me on the screen. So anyway, if you're not a reader of my comic, Oh My God, direct message me. And the comics are only $2.99 a piece. And I'm putting together issue number 6 right now. I have 5 issues out with varying covers and all that. And DM me and I'll send you a bunch.
Oh, and Anthony, don't forget to tell them that if they sign up for your OnlyFans account, they get exclusive content of your Oh My God comic.
Hey, Jeff, I was taking the opportunity while you were frozen to promote as many things as I could for my comic book. Here's a new cover of issue number 6 for Oh My God, the new cover. Nice little butt shot, the Devil and Kira. Here's
that looks like that's right up my alley.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Direct message me, Tori. Find me on Wild Mercury Comics on Instagram or Facebook, and I'd be happy to hook you up. It's a bad girl independent comic, black and white insides, color outsides. Good read. Jeff actually picked my comic books up in a store. I got some more spreads. Here's some. It's a supernatural, erotic, horror superhero book. It's got everything. Everything.
Huh.
So, yeah, please hit me up, friend me, and
that's how we met.
It's
me picking up his book, interviewing him, and then that's how we became friends, pretty much.
Yeah,
I met him at the land.
He found my book. He found my book at a Tampa store, Nerd Out Comics, and the rest is history. So, yeah, definitely. But anyway, nice to see you back, Jeff.
Yeah, well, I've been having issues, man. WrestleMania is right down the street. Everybody's, using their phones, and so my internet.
Get an Ethernet cable and just plug directly into your.
No. Normally it doesn't run like this. Normally, after the storm is when it started running like this.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is because I think you're running on Wi-Fi, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. Okay. I need a.
I used to run on Wi-Fi as well, and I think there was one time where I was freezing up.
Yeah.
On your show, and you're like, "Hey, what's going on?" Like, "Hey, are you okay?" Did Anthony just freeze now?
Everybody's internet's acting up, man. It's not just ours.
We're playing freeze tag. There you go.
Yeah.
But all right, let me show a couple. Oh, hey, Tori, do you have anything you want to show off?
The only newest, I'm gonna take every opportunity I can to show this bad boy off.
Awesome.
All right.
Oh, nice.
I know the artist. Yeah. Artist, he's done a lot of Vampies and Harleys. Yeah, he bought a lot of Vampies and Harleys. Looks nice. A little like you.
And then, so like those prints that I just got G-Man actually.
Yeah.
Those I got from him too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I really like Zerdy artwork. I'm just gonna
he's really
go
nice
with
too.
them. So I went on started with the prints and I bought 8 prints and Steve's like, "What are you doing?" And then I saw that cover up, and he's like, "There's only a couple left." And so I texted him, and I was like, "I really want one of those. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's definitely like a cover I need in my collection." So I bought it. It's a fair deal. I don't know. I love it. Definitely
Awesome.
my new favorite in the collection.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've only recently got a pop. Yeah. So I had to buy pre-order all
that's
those
cool.
Wonderland ones.
Oh,
That's
nice.
For them.
That's the cheapest statue wise. Yeah, people are gonna be able to pick up. If you're not into statues, it's pops.
It's not that I'm not into statues. Kids, we got X amount of kids in the house, and one of them's 3. So
I'm
like,
just saying, well,
if they ruin a pop, it's a little devastating.
Right.
But it's not as devastating. It's like I bought a $500 statue that I'd be really, I'd like.
Yeah.
So I banish you to your room for the next 10 years. Let me show
but
off.
My luck it would be like the 18-year-old that broke it, not the 3-year-old.
All right. And they blame it on the 3-year-olds. Like, it wasn't me, Mom.
I don't know how that happened.
I had a spending spree on Amazon or online recently. And I love soundtracks. Yeah, I got this bad boy in.
Nice.
Justice League. It's 4 discs.
That's cool.
It's got all the music from various episodes of the first 2 seasons of Justice League. I'm hoping that they do a Justice League Unlimited soundtrack. Just to show you the disc, like here's like a little booklet. I haven't had a chance to like really read it, but nice little booklet. Cool to get like some of the composers to sign that. Here's like some of the discs right there. I know it's a little upside down. I love soundtracks, and I even bought more soundtracks. I got this classic right here, The Phantom.
Nice.
Slam Evil. Every time I see this movie or even think about this movie, their catchphrase, their slogan when promoting the film was "Slam Evil." So it's like I'll never forget that. It's hilarious. Probably my favorite. I'd say it's my favorite.
Billy Zane movie.
Billy Zane movie, yeah. Speaking of favorite Billy Zane movie, I also went ahead and bought the movie on Blu-ray.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, no special features. So
Captain Zemo-Jones in Blu-ray.
But my favorite of everything that I bought, I've wanted to have this DVD now for the past, 5-7 years. Finally got it. It was out of print. Only way I could get it was, some retailer was selling it for a lot of money. At one point, it was selling for $75 on eBay. Sorry, not eBay, Amazon. At one point, it was selling for $75. Found it, still sealed, brand new. Guy was selling it for $50. So I went for it. The Swamp Thing animated series. Only 5 episodes in the entire series. As a kid, I remember watching this. This was on Fox Kids. And I just remember watching this cartoon show and like had a very memorable theme song. And I remember even getting like some of the action figures. And it's just, plus I'm a big DC fan, obviously. So it's like, I try to get like all the animated stuff on DVD. And I'm glad I got to add that to my collection. But there's one more thing I have to show off here.
All right.
I have a surprise guest. He's joining us tonight. He's been sitting here the whole time, surprisingly quiet. This guy right here.
Oh yeah. I've seen it. The Robert has one for his wife too. So, yep.
Oh yeah. I got really lucky. GameStop was selling this 25% off.
Okay.
Yeah, it's $100. But they were selling it for 25% off, so I got it for $75. Of course, with tax, I think it came out to like $80.
That's cool.
I have it turned off. Let me turn it on here real quick.
Welcome to Deadpool's head. Now surrounding you in sound.
How many
cool.
words did you say? Yeah.
Do you have voices in your head too?
All right, I think that's enough, Wade. I don't think people want to hear.
That's fine. I was bored of that conversation too.
I hope you kept the receipt.
No, it's awesome. It's like over 600 things that he can say. I'm probably going to do a bunch of TikTok videos using him.
Yeah, so I didn't this week. I picked up a couple. Oh, but I'm looking forward to what is it? A new book coming out by Image. It's called The Good Asian, and it's like a new old school noir book, like detective book, where it takes place like early 70s, early 80s, something like that, and then or no, 1950s. That's what it was. Yeah, it's gonna be called The Good Asian, and I'm curious, well, how many people are gonna go, talk crap about the book after, like saying, why is it called The Good Asian and all this other, this is, all the anti-Asian hate stuff and this thing coming out. I'm curious.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said The Good Agent.
I thought you were saying agent. Yes.
Yeah, I thought you were saying agent also.
The Good Asian. It's the book is actually called The Good Asian. My bad.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just curious what people are gonna, say about it, because you know what I mean? It's the anti-Asian hate stuff, but this guy, it's written by an Asian guy, so it's gonna be interesting to see if there's gonna be any type of backlash after this book comes out.
Yeah, I just ordered because I know that DC is coming out with a book that's celebrating Asian characters, and they're taking all the Asian DC characters and they're doing like this like one-shot special, and then I believe it's the first appearance of a new Asian character that they're creating for the book as well. So I just ordered some copies. It's a $10 book, but I ordered like at least 10 copies, 5 of each cover. It's got Jim Lee is doing the cover for one of them, and then the other cover is Art Germ, I think.
I'm not surprised.
yeah. So that should be interesting.
Yeah, I was just curious because Image coming out with a new title, so it's called The Good Asian, and it's written by an Asian guy. So the whole story is written by him. So I'm curious if any, since so many people get butthurt by stupid stuff, I'm wondering if it's gonna have any type of backlash.
I think you mean racist. Yeah, you mean racists that have problems with Asian people. Yeah.
No,
oh yeah.
I'm not just saying that. I'm just saying just backlash in general of the book being, called The Good Asian. Like people are gonna, and I'm just curious if anybody's gonna go, hey, this is but when they don't know nothing about the book and it's written by an Asian guy, what I mean?
You mean, okay, I think what you're talking about. You're talking about like how the book is about an Asian character, so people are just going to assume it's another white person writing an ethnic character.
No, I think what Jeff's saying is, isn't it a coincidence at the moment when they're putting a book out called The Good Asian? I think it's probably a coincidence. They probably had the book because, like, if you're doing an Image title, you have to like pitch for a while. And there's a solicitation, a 3-issue solicitation kind of process before they actually publish your book. So it's probably just a coincidence. But I understand what he's saying because people are getting backlash, hurt. I don't think about strictly being racist, but I think people are just saying, well, people are trying too hard a little bit. And there should always be a book called The Good Asian. It shouldn't be in response to whatever's going on is what I'm getting at, So I think,
the book's not that, but I'm just saying that, you know what I mean? I'm just a little curious.
Our world is fucking crazy right now. So Jeff just wants to know if there's going to be backlash of any sort from any direction.
They're probably
and if the book's going to be pulled, and if it is pulled, how long it takes to get it pulled.
Right.
Oh, no. The book,
right when it gets released, is it going to be the next week where they go, hey, this book's being pulled for something stupid? You know what I mean? So
we recalled it, and now it has to come up with a new title.
Right.
The book
It's going to be the
won't.
same story, but it has to be a new title, kind of like a Dead Rabbit situation or whatever.
Right. That's what I was going for.
I
yeah.
get what you're getting at, Jeff.
I think Image is on the side of we don't care what you think about our books anyway. So I don't think it'll be pulled. It's just a matter of if it's a good book, people will read it. And if it's not a good book, people won't read it. I don't think the title has any. That's like Kung Fu coming out on the CW this week. Again, these shows should always be around. If there's a Kung Fu series and it's all Asian cast and all Asian writers and all Asian directors, fine. But those series should have always been in place, not just because of the time period we live in. That's that's the only sad part that I think is that I think Hollywood and corporations and Marvel and DC are trying a little too hard. And it almost looks pretentious or insincere the way you're pushing stuff out. A good story is a good story. And, ethnic, the marginalized folks or ethnicities represented or whatever has nothing to do with how good the story is. So the truth of the matter is, if it's a good story, people will pick it up, and if it's not, they won't. And again, I don't think Image really cares what anybody thinks of the stuff they put out anyway. So, they're not kowtowing to AT&T or Disney.
Right.
So they're in the clear with that, and I hope it's a great title. I saw it too. And again, for a split second, I thought, that's kind of seems like weird timing on it, but it should be out there. It should be out there regardless of COVID or non-COVID or Asian hate or non-Asian hate. It has nothing to do with anything. It's that's like imagine if now understand this is just a comment. Imagine if Black Panther came out during the Black Lives Matter protests. Right. It just would have been a coincidence. It has nothing to do with anything. So, again, we're talking about, that. I know you do, but
Rando knows that. But
of course, some people, you know what? Ever since people have had opinions, just like people have assholes, it's people are gonna say something. So
right.
For real.
So what do you think, Rando? What was your take on it?
For the Good Asian?
What's your take on it? Since I heard.
It's an interesting premise because it's set in the 1950s.
Yeah.
And he's like a detective.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a period piece, right? It's a period piece, and what's interesting, I think, from the story's perspective, is you're going to look at it from an Asian person's perspective in the 1950s. And there was some stuff going on back then too.
Sure.
People most people probably don't know about, or they haven't paid attention to history. So they might put some of that into the story, So I always love looking at stories and looking at things from different people's point of view, because I always like to understand how other people think. I think if you try to understand how other people think, you have a much better success rate of being more respectful to them, because you're trying to understand how they think, instead of being ignorant, being I don't care what this person thinks, and then this person's talking to you about something, and then you give your feedback, your point of view, and it's you're not seeing eye to eye. So I always try to see from the other person's point of view. So storytelling wise, it's neat to see an Asian detective in the 1950s. It's different. I don't think I've seen anything like that.
Right. All right, Tori, your turn.
I was curious about the story, so I honestly have it on pre-order, and I'm just waiting for it to arrive.
All right. So I'm the same way. So I'm curious too, but like Tori helped me explain. I was curious to see if it was like the Bad Bunny incident, or not a Dead Rabbit, my bad, Dead Rabbit incident, where a lawsuit happens or something, and they end up pulling the book and saying, "Hey, we got to change the name," or something like that.
I don't see a lawsuit happening for the Good Asian.
Our world is crazy, and a lot we haven't seen a lot needing to change, or random things happening. A lot has taken us all kind of by surprise lately. So I totally I see where
Yeah.
you're coming in with that, Jeff, especially with
Yeah.
everything going on right now.
Right.
Like,
So I was just curious. That's all.
Speaking of Asian characters, I saw something recently and I kind of cringed a little bit. So I want your opinion, Jeff.
Okay.
I'm not going to say the character's name because I want to know how you say the character's name.
Okay.
Marvel's making a movie off of this Asian character. Do you know the Asian character? What was the name?
Shang.
Can you say it one more time?
Yeah. Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, Kevin Feige pronounces he pronounces Shang-Chi differently.
Right.
And people are trying to say that the reason he said that is because
He's
that's
white.
how people in China would pronounce his name. So they're saying, so this guy is on TikTok and he's talking about Shang-Chi, but he keeps saying Shang-Chi.
That's how you would say it in Asian dialect, yeah. But
in Asian dialect, it would be Shang-Chi.
Yeah, that's what they're trying. The white person's trying to do the Cantonese or whatever, the Mandarin or whatever they're trying it. But a lot of people, you know what I mean. A lot of people take offense. You know, not me, but a lot of other Asian type people take offense when they try to, and they're gonna say, "Oh, Feige's butchering it or no, whatever." But no, at least he's trying. You know, my thing is at least he's trying to translate it into Mandarin or whatever it is. Yeah, at least he's trying.
For the longest time, I know him as Shang-Chi. So every time I see this dude talking about him, he kept saying Shang-Chi, Shang-Chi, and I'm just like
I
just started cringing. I don't know why.
They're trying to do the man. Like I said, they're trying to do.
I get that. But the American way, the English way to say it would be Shang-Chi.
Right. And instead of, but I'm gonna be interested to see, because the one actor in there it's supposed to be playing the villain, he never plays villains in Asian movies in general. So I'm curious.
Is it Wong Kar-wai?
Yeah, I'm curious how his fan base over there is gonna deal with this, because if they're gonna either boycott that movie or whatever it is, because he's never played a villain before.
You know what's really funny though? I heard that Wong Kar-wai was supposed to appear in Iron Man 3, and I think he originally was supposed to be the Mandarin, and I guess something happened.
Contract. That's what it was.
Probably contracts. Yeah. My buddy Joel, he absolutely loves Asian cinema, and he always drops that guy's name. He says that he's like the best Chinese actor. He's the best actor over in China.
Right.
Dramatic actor.
But the big thing is he doesn't play no villains. He doesn't play villains.
He usually plays the hero.
He normally plays hero or anti-hero type. He never plays straight villain. So it's gonna be interesting to see when he plays straight villain and where his fan base is gonna see.
It would be weird if Shang-Chi did not perform well in China. It would be weird.
Yeah. Right.
Because of the reason of the actor playing the villain.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. So what are you guys' point of views about this?
The movie?
Yeah, the movie in general. Just
I didn't know it was in production, so that's news to me, I guess. I don't keep up with a lot.
Yeah, it's actually done, and it's actually in pre-production now. It's been completely done. It's been shooting since, what was it?
Post-production. Pre is like before production.
Yeah.
I'm not what do you call it, spec collector at all, and I don't keep up with the news all the time. Like I just do my own thing and
the only reason I do is for this. The only reason I keep up with the nerd news is because of this thing.
I didn't know I was coming on, so I would have if I would have known that was a topic, I would have been on board.
I'm hoping that they're going to release a trailer for it when Black Widow comes out, because I know Black Widow is supposed to be coming out in June or July. I think June. So when that releases, then hopefully they'll launch a trailer for Shang-Chi. Because I think that's supposed to be the next MCU film. Is that or the Eternals? One of those two is like the next Marvel film to come out.
Yeah, you're right. It's Shang-Chi and then Eternals after that. So I think.
Okay.
Or no. Actually, it was Eternals first. It was then that. I remember. If I remember.
Yeah,
if
but
you
they
watched
might
the
have
San Diego
changed
thing.
it now. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you
But-
going to see Black Widow? Are you going to pay the $30 to watch it on Disney Plus? Or are you going to go to the movie theater and watch it?
I'm going to the theater.
I'm pleading the fifth
Yeah, me
on that
too.
one.
I'm
I'm not
going
gonna
to the
say
theater.
how I'm gonna watch it.
I'm going to the
I
theater.
will pay the $30 on Disney Plus to watch it because I have younger kids that want to watch it too. So, like, cost wise, it is a lot cheaper for me to pay for a movie on Disney Plus because you get it for 2 days plus the kids. Like I got kids, so like by the time we go to a movie just for tickets, it's like $60 to $80.
Sure.
Yeah, and then you'll be able to make popcorn and stuff like that and sit down and actually watch it instead of trying to wrangle them all in their seats just to watch it. So you'll be good.
I have them pretty trained. Actually, they do really good for the most part, especially if it's something they're interested in. And all of our kids, even the 3-year-old, enjoy comics themselves. So when it comes up to a character that they like, they really enjoy it. But we have a drive-in here that actually, like, they do carload nights where it's like $16 for whoever's in the car, and they play 2 movies. So they'll play like one movie and then play like a kids movie of some sort, and then play a more like PG-13 or whatever one with it. So the kids usually pass out by the time the first movie's done anyways, and then you get to watch the second one. So that's kind of nice.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well, before I go out again, I'm gonna call the show before I end up internet going out again. Let's go. All right, Tori, what you got going on?
I have my cannabis comics and pop culture show on Friday at 10:30 Mountain Standard Time, so that's 12:30 a.m. Eastern Time and 9:30 p.m. Pacific on Friday. And then Saturday, I have the It's That Time of the Month show on the Comic Book G Spots YouTube channel with Queen G in the Royal Court. And then I am planning a party stream for Shorty because she hit 500 subs.
Okay.
And
nice.
my comic collecting girl best friend. So.
All right, Anthony, what you got going on?
Well, my comic, Oh My God, is still available in stores all over Florida and also via direct message me, Venus and Mars, Oh My God, number 5. Working on issue number 6 right now. Issue number 6 will be out in May. And then in July, I'm going to be offering a crowdfunding campaign for Misty America number 1 right in time for July 4th. And that's it, man. I just working for a living and drawing comics the traditional way on 11x17 boards and mailing them out to anybody who wants them. $3 a pop, 5 issues out, variant covers, etc., etc. Just look me up online. And I'm appearing every Sunday, it seems, with you. So.
Yep. Well, if you have it, yeah. All right, Randall, what you got going on?
As per usual, I'm staying alive. Work as usual, getting books every week. I am excited with the changes with Marvel going on. Marvel leaving Diamond. I'm hoping later this week I'm going to apply to Penguin Random House so I can start selling Marvel comics again. And then hopefully all those other independent publishers will leave Diamond and they will go to Penguin Random House, and I will be able to order those as well. So just selling comic books, working, and it looks like I'm excited for May because I'm going to be making some changes with my jobs. So I'm hoping in May I'm going to have a little bit more structure, a little bit more free time, and I can finally do all those other things that I keep saying that I want to do, but I don't have the time to do.
All right. All righty. Okay, guys. All I got going on this week is going to be the Cantonese Comic Wednesdays, and I always leave a poll out for you guys to see what Cantonese word you guys want to learn. And the only person that always puts a word in there, it's Tori. It's getting a little ridiculous, man. I put it up every week. But
I'm a diehard though. I put one in there almost every week, Jeff. Oh my god!
Yeah, I know. I don't mind. I don't mind. But like I said, I always do Cantonese Comic Wednesdays every Wednesday. Then I do Extreme Nerd Table every Sunday, and depending on if anything comes up. But I normally do it every Sunday. And then the Comic Book G Spot Show, the Nerdy Collective. But we won't have one next week since the ladies are taking over the time of the month. And then we'll have what is it? Silver Age Sundays is back. It's still iffy, but it's either on just a little podcast channel. You just have to keep the bell icon on, guys. It's either on my channel, either on just a little podcast channel, or Jim Boatwright. So just keep an eye out on Silver Age Sundays. It's still iffy, but it's on one of those channels. All right, guys. This was the Extreme Nerd Table. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for having
See
me.
you guys later. You're welcome.